before 20.
That's crazy. I love how the MMO community is like, whoa, 20, let's go. Like, guys, that's years from now. Help! Bro, what are we gonna do?
You didn't think we would be talking about this topic.
No, I
didn't
did
think
not.
there was an update on it.
No, I did
you
not.
probably forgot about Riot's MMO.
I did not
but
forget.
Fear not, we do have an update on what is going on with the project. And believe it or not, technically we did get a release window. More importantly, we might be
held.
Wait, what? We got a release window?
alive to see it. So let's dive into all of this. Even though we haven't talked about the MMO for
Chrono who?
a while, we've been getting steady news the entire time, at least not directly. During Worlds, Cadril got a couple of words with Mark Merrill about the MMO, where he confirmed that after the reset, the MMO team has a great direction and good momentum. Meaning
I love that emote, by the way. I love that. Hi. I love that
the
emote.
team is making good progress. But for a while, that was about it. It took us all the way to February until we got the next breadcrumbs. There we got 2 job
I was there. No, you weren't, dude. Cause you're not in. That's not you, dumbass. Anyway,
all the way to February until we
the
got the
MMO
next
team has a
breadcrumb.
few openings for software engineers that might have been missed. That you might have missed. We are super passionate. Would really benefit to help this ambitious game happen. Oh shit, bro.
There we got 2 job listings. One for staff service engineer and one for staff tools engineer. And unfortunately,
What game is this? This is the new Riot MMO. To be clear.
neither of those positions tells us much. It should be mostly positions that make the devs' lives
Was that
easier.
bad?
It's essentially creating tools that help the other devs make the game, so it's not really specific. After which there was another big break, but in the middle of all
Guys, the likes on the YouTube videos help so much. Just every video, just hit the like on the video. You just scroll that, you just hit the like button. It feels so. Thank you.
of this,
Not right now. Unless you're watching on YouTube. Just like, yeah.
there was something special that happened. There was one big event that started a chain of smaller interesting events. And that's the fact that there was this one totally random guy who continued a project from before. And so, OnlyFangs 2 was born. Now, in case you
Hey, I talked to Necrit when I was in OnlyFangs.
don't know, OnlyFangs was a hardcore WoW guild that was put together by Sodapoppin. The reason why this was special is because it was made for streamers. And for about 3 or 4 months, it took over the streaming category on Twitch. And yes,
Yeah.
I was part of it. I was literally leveling my character as Arcane was launching in my hotel room. In fact, about 2 weeks ago, I had a
He
talk
was.
with Tyler about something that happened in the guild, which I was involved in. Anyway, the reason why OnlyFangs is important to us is because the Riot MMO devs quickly became interested in it as well.
Wait, is this his gameplay? That's not him, is it? Is he bald under that cap? No, he can't be. There's no way. That'd be like Vert being bald. Vert can't be bald. Vert bald?
And that is for one simple reason.
not
We
him. It's
know
not him.
as a fact that the Riot MMO devs keep in touch with all the hype that is happening around all the different MMO games. Back when Classic WoW launched, a lot of the MMO devs leveled up their characters and they started actively raiding. Then, when Hardcore was first kicked off as a fan add-on, again we saw a number of tweets from the MMO devs posting their characters making it to 60, and after WoW released its official Hardcore server, once again the Riot MMO devs hopped on board and they leveled up their characters.
This is impressive. When one of your devs can get hardcore to level 60 in Classic WoW, that guy kind of not
Together
gonna
with
lie.
the rest of the community.
That shit's
And on
hard.
top of all of that, Mark Merrill was invited to play in OnlyFangs. On the outside, this was simply a cool moment. It was cool to see the co-founder of Riot being on board for some fun. But this is also where an
I was in
interesting chain
OnlyFans.
of events dripped through. Because in order to play in OnlyFans, you had to stream your leveling experience. This was partially because it was a content guild, but partially it also helped preventing you from cheating.
I was gonna say, no, it's because we have roaches.
Your viewers could hypothetically help you. Which means that Mark Merrill also streamed, and finally, to pay off this big setup, of course, occasionally he also gave us his thoughts on Riot's MMO. And on one
When the f am I hearing about this now?
faithful day, he did give us the potential release window. Now, because Twitch is Twitch and keeping VODs up is challenging there, I wasn't able to find the original clip, but thankfully the channel Oh Hey Spun got the short of Trindamir talking about this topic.
Will you finish the Riot MMO before 2030? Sure hope so. Although launch is the start, not the end. So, finish.
That's right!
Okay, 2030. Okay, so December 2029 or better. Huge, guys. Huge. We are so. Honestly, PMA, it will release before Ashes of Never Being created.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since its announcement, which wasn't really a proper announcement, I don't think we are supposed to know that the MMO is even in works, we got an official, unofficial release window, where the co-founder of Riot Games feels very strong about the MMO releasing before 20.
That's crazy. I love how the MMO community is like, whoa, 20, let's go. Like, guys, that's years from now. Help. Bro, what are we gonna do? Holy shit. What dumb I'm not still gonna be complaining about BDO when the Riot MMO releases, right? Surely they fixed the game by then. There's no way I'm still jacking off to my Dark Knight in 2030. No way. I have kids. I have kids before this comes out. I swear to God.
In other words, that is before the end of this decade. So yes, we will be
No, it'll be Savior. Stop.
older,
Gosh, you're not
but
helping.
it should be in our lifetimes. Congratulations, everyone. The cool thing is that this is not the only piece of news that we have. There are other things that are
The funny thing is, we don't know almost anything about the Riot MMO, but we're actually more comfortable that the Riot MMO is going to release before Ashes of Creation. Unironically. I feel more confident that the Riot MMO will release before Ashes does. Like, I'd probably put money on it. That's how bad it is.
still constantly happening around the MMO. You see, after the entire classic WoW saga happened,
No. Chewy, I love you. But YouTube demonetized my entire YouTube stream the other day. The Heidel Ball one, because somebody played Hello Darkness, My Old Friend one time for 4 seconds as a soundbite redeem. So 13 hours of content was literally demonetized because a 4-second soundbite played. Crazy.
where the MMO devs got a
I
fresh
have to remove it. I gotta remove it.
breeze of the community's action.
Can I get my points back? Yeah, somebody give Chewy his points back.
There was also
AHT, do it.
a swirl of the MMO
Just remove the redeem. I'll remove it. Yeah.
and the MOBA players. Because obviously, Tyler 1 became a really influential member of OnlyFans, which is someone outside of the normal WoW community. In fact, he was responsible for making a lot of League players interested in WoW.
Tyler is probably my favorite content creator of all time. He's either number 1 or number 2. Day 9's up there too, but I don't watch Day 9 as much anymore as I used to. I watch a lot of Tyler 1 stuff. I really like Tyler. He also lives in the same state I do. He's actually really close to me, as it turns out. We're within an hour of each other. He's like straight up squad goals for me.
WoW, which of course has a lot of value to Riot. Because through Soda Poppin and Tyler, Riot got a lot more of their audience get their foot into the MMO genre. But what's even more interesting is that
Sun_clan share Dex 100, bro. I went downstairs to pick up food from DoorDash, and when I'm in front of the delivery lady, you say jacking off. Loud AF. I'm watching on phone.
That's your fault. That's your fault. You knew that was you. At least it wasn't, I haven't jacked off in 18 days, okay? It's just that soundbite that Utaru keeps playing over and over and over again. All right? You know what?
after all
That's BS, bro. YouTube sucks. What do you mean, welcome to YouTube? Oh, yeah. The stream thing. Yeah, so I have to be really careful not to play copyright stuff. All right, we're going to rewind. I'm going to play this again real quick. I'm very interested in what the is going on with this.
Which is someone outside of the normal WoW community. In fact, he was responsible for making a lot of League players interested in WoW. Which of course has a lot of value to Riot. Because through Soda Poppin and Tyler, Riot got a lot more of their audience get their foot into the MMO genre. But what's even more interesting is that after OnlyFans was over, the opposite happened as well. And now, some of these WoW players started playing League for...
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not go over and play League. Don't do it. It's like a vacuum. If you want to have friends, you don't play that godforsaken game. You don't do it. You understand? That if you want to lose friends, that's how you do that. You get into call with those people. You're like, hey man, you want to play some League of Legends? I made Swaggy Panda, I think is in the chat right now. Swaggy's one of my best friends. Swaggy decided to start playing League because I was playing League. I'm not joking. After like 5 sessions with me, Swaggy would leave the call crying. Like literally crying. I would make Swaggy Panda cry. Unironically. In the call. He's just losing it. Okay? And then, like, the next day, he would DM me and be like, do you want to play League again? I'm like, oh God, bro, I've sucked him in. God. Dude, do not play League. It changes you as a person. It does. It's literally, it makes you the most toxic version of yourself. It's not even remotely close. What do you play? Omi. Are we kidding? Are you looking at that? What does that poster look like? What does that look like it's a picture of? Come on. It's my favorite character. In any Shaco? No. I've had sex before. I can't play Shaco. That is the best character I have ever played in any game ever. No, it's Evelyn, dumbasses. It's Evelyn, not Echidna. That's Evelyn. I actually play a crazy amount of junglers. I play a lot of junglers. But I primarily play Evelyn and Briar. Those are the 2 champions that I love to play the most. I love Evelyn and I love Briar. Big fan of Logan. Eve can step on me. Eve can do whatever the she wants to me. Just please, we just have sex one time. One time. Anyway. I'm telling you, I can play just about every jungler in the game almost. I'm missing probably like 6 or 7 junglers, but for the most part, I can play almost all of them. I play a lot of them. Most of the tanky ones and the bruisers. But like I play Evelyn and Briar primarily because I love those 2 champions. You play Briar for the feet. No, I do not. I hate feet. I think that people that are attracted to feet have a mental disability and should be examined for their mental health. Straight up. Natural selection. You were like 200 years ago, in natural selection, nobody liked feet. You know why? Because anyone that sucked on somebody's toe died of gangrene. Okay? Or died of some crazy fungus in their throat. All right? Not a thing. Modern medicine has dulled the knife of natural selection so that these degenerate freaks can survive. All right? Liking feet is weird. I am a leg man. I'm a leg guy. Okay? I'm a big leg fan. So if we look over... That's the Evelyn splash out right there. And honestly, she got like a 90-degree curve going on, right? Again, like, anyway, not a fan of feet, but I love Briar. I don't know what the obsession is with their toes. She's a great champion to play. Is her spine okay? Yeah, it's awesome.
For the first time. The most known ones are Pika, Zyru, or Savix. This is something Riot wanted to achieve for a long time. And they are able to pull this off because they are paying attention to the new player experience. At least now they are. So with stuff like Brawl, which is a great new player experience.
What the is Brawl? What is this? I'm actually happy I don't know what the this is. Because I clearly do not play League enough anymore to know what the is going on here. Brawl is so fun. Is it? It's ARAM. It's a fast ARAM. I hate ARAM. I'll say it. I hate ARAM. Do you know what game mode I play in League of Legends? Ranked. Because everything else is worthless. It's a waste of my time. I don't do normals. I don't like ARAM. I don't like any of that shit. I do ranked. Every single time. Or it's a waste of my time.
Also, the slightly simplified champion acquisition, as well as the potential WASD controls in the future, it seems like Riot is making great progress. And so while there may be people who think that League is dying, the truth is that it's...
What the bro? These people are everywhere. League of Legends is dying. It's the most popular game of the entire world. Bro, do you guys see this guy's name? That is a certified League of Legends player right there. Hi, I'm eating dicks. Is a crazy name for a League of Legends player.
seems to be getting more...
And I'll be honest with you, my favorite part about queuing low elo are the names. You know what I mean? You just don't... Like, Kaisa's Titty Sweat, it's not a diamond player. You know what I mean? Not a diamond player. If that player sits in, like, bronze 3. Those are my favorite players.
And more new players. With the catch being, they come from outside of your classic League bubble. So most people may not even know that this is happening. Anyway, after this great merging of the MMO and the MOBA players, which happened through something that was outside of Riot's control, we got another piece of news that hints what the Riot MMO is doing now.
Okay.
And that's because...
Big?
That's right, there was another MMO job listing. In fact, there were 3 totally separate ones.
Okay.
First of all, one of these openings is the same one we got back in February.
Whoa, the engineering roles. 2 engineering roles on my team at Riot. Great opportunity for someone that loves MMOs, has experience working on and shipping MMOs or other tangential genres, and wants to help us make the best game we can for our players. Reach out if you know someone interested. That happened on June 19th. This is really recent. This is a huge opportunity. I'm very excited for our team for growing in meaningful ways. The League MMO needs great people. We owe it to the players to make the best we can. Holy shit.
First of all, one of these openings is the same one we got back in February. The staff software engineer is still up. Essentially, they are the backbone of the MMO software. It is all about technical performance as well as making stuff in C or C++, which makes sense since it is pretty much confirmed that the...
I can do that. I can just use ChatGPT. Just let me work on the MMO.
MMO is in Unreal Engine. I mean, it even states here that you need...
The MMO is in Unreal Engine? No! It's cooked. Okay. Do you know the problem with Unreal Engine? Every single game nowadays runs in Unreal Engine. People always ask why we can't get MMOs that have as good of like combat as BDO. It's because everybody runs in UE5. And UE5 can't handle that combat.
Need experience with making multiplayer games in Unreal Engine. Which is funny because for the longest time, Unreal Engine was not great for multiplayer.
It's still not good for multiplayer, bro. Like, I'd say Throne of Liberty was its greatest success, and that was Unreal Engine 4.
Anyway, this job listing isn't really that important because most people...
And we know how the combat in that game was.
no idea what this even is. The far more interesting one is the principal 3D environment artist. That's right, we're talking about people who take concept art and turn it into 3D environment. And once again, as mentioned, it is all done in Unreal Engine 5. But what's interesting here are the responsibilities here. Riot is looking for someone to make 3D environment assets, who also knows how to implement these assets in Unreal.
Yeah, create high 3D asset environments, including surface textures and organic foliage using modern tools and workflows. Own the implementation and optimization of assets in Unreal Engine 5, balancing visual fidelity, gameplay clarity, and performance. Okay, wow.
Unreal Engine. They need to know how to optimize performance with draw calls and poly count and stuff like that. And
Lost Ark's main UE3, by the way. Yeah, but here's the deal. Lost Ark is a top-down. Okay, if it's a top-down MMO, it's cooked.
they even call for deeper
I'm not interested.
understanding of PBRs and real-time lighting. I mean, Unreal Engine was always really good at real-time lights, but it's interesting that they are seemingly heavily leaning into PBRs. Now, PBRs are usually materials that are really good at mimicking real materials. That's because they are
Wow, so they're gonna go with the... There's no way. They're definitely doing the Arcane. There's no way the graphics aren't literally just like Arcane, you know what I mean?
good
Like
at
this style.
making details and lighting and
There's
shading.
no
But
way.
Riot did mention that their game should have a unique style. So now I am interested to see how they are utilizing PBRs for stylized graphics. Next, they want someone who can put together different biomes, which makes sense.
Okay, stop saying biomes unless they have different weather patterns. Okay. Typically, we're talking about ecosystems. Okay, see this up here is a different biome than this right here. Okay, that's because they have different regional weather patterns. Okay, very, very different. But like this right here and this right here, same biome, different ecosystem. All right, same weather pattern.
Runeterra has a lot of
Shut up, I'm a biologist. It's important to me.
those. And finally, a good mention is that they also want to utilize PCGs. In other words, it is the procedural world generation. If you've seen any of Unreal's updates, you would know that Unreal is really good at generating worlds out of the assets that you feed it. Now don't worry, we are not talking about generative AI or anything like that.
There's no way it's a realistic looking MMO. It's got to look like Arcane.
It's just
I
that
don't
Unreal
believe it.
Engine can generate a world for you with your assets, which should work as the baseline for the artists to make the world. Although, as an interesting thought, PCGs could be used for dynamically generating world. So maybe you can have instances that are just different every time you enter them. Anyway, lastly, there is one more job listing that also popped up, and that is for the principal game designers who would work on progression and economy. What's important here is that this means that the game will likely support economy between players. So it is not just individual gold generation, which is present in most of the new pseudo MMOs. In those games,
I fully expect the Riot MMO to be zero pay to win, but a lot of cosmetics.
usually you can't even trade. Well, here they are specifically looking for someone who would foster deeper social interaction between players. And that is kinda it for the news about the MMO. So what did we learn today? Well, the MMO is very much
baby.
alive. In fact, surprisingly, it should come out within the next 5 years. And once we get to play it, well,
You know that Riot Trinimir is watching this video going, this is why I can't say anything.
Riot is kinda teasing that they don't wanna disappoint
Why was that so hot? What the did they just get their soul sucked out of them? I'll watch it again later.
the
It's fine.
players. I mean, the players will always fill the gaps with their own hopes and dreams, but Riot is kind of proving that they are part of the community, so they know what those hopes and dreams should be, which is a really good thing. So now all we can do is just think of where we will be in the next 5 years.
Bro. Don't even say that to me. Where we will be in 5 years? Well, I hope that I've met a woman, preferably this time without a penis. And I hope that I have a kid. And I hope that my stream is doing really well. But you know what? 5 years ago, let's see, I would have been 28. I wasn't even a teacher yet. I was a loser, degenerate. I was like 265 pounds, fat ass guy pretending to still have hair, total loser. So no different than you are now. I'm completely bald now. I'm not even pursuing. I got a bio major for apparently no reason in life. And now I'm just a streamer. I have 6 monitors up on my screen. I'm a complete degenerate. In fact, it now occurs to me that when I bring a woman over, she's going to think that I do porn. We're going to have to figure this shit out, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's just no way. Like, bro, she going to walk in. There's like 6 cameras pointed at a chair. I got women with big ass titties all over the place. And the worst part is the next room over, there's a huge ass green screen across the wall with a table and like 3 cameras looking at it. Oh, dude. Like, bro, I just... So what kind of content did you say you did again? Bro, I'm telling you, like, straight up. She's just not, just don't go downstairs. She can't come into the basement. She just, no, it's just not happening.
Might be a really fun idea to make a capsule video before the MMO comes out.
Dude. I'm excited about the Riot MMO, but it's 5 years away. Okay, it's probably realistically 3 years away.